about Nigerians.
Now we're talking practicality. You wanted practicality. You are talking practicality, my brother. What is going on? Are you all
Who will arrest you when you talk about the Nigerians? Who will come and say I'm about Nigerians?
Brother Zaman, stop being scared and installing fear.
Arrest you when you talk about Nigerians? Who will come and claim the word Nigerians? I'm about Nigerians. Who will claim that?
In social media, they are not going to do it, my brother, but I'm telling an example, saying that ask about Jonathan Constable. He was a policeman. He was bribed by Nigerians to do this. I don't want to divulge him a lot of things, but he was bribed until he was shot. Until he was shot dead. He was dead last year. He was
no one will come up and claim that name and say, I'm about Nigerians. Now you are guilty. No such thing. We are going to unalive the Nigerians, like them or not. We will take them one by one.
I am hearing you, my brother. Now I'm ready. Even tomorrow you can come. I'll be going to Tembisa.
But when you won't anymore. They already flagged you. You want
to know?
Yes.
6 feet underground, but let's stop it now.
No, now you did the right thing. That's why
let's stop it now. Let's stop it now. Because I don't want to implicate anyone.
You did the right thing. You did the right thing. Salute to you. But you must use another tactics. You must use another words. Don't go there.
Me now I'm like Shara Zulu. If you face me. No, you have
to be earthworm, man. You have to go under.
If you wanted to, that was a genocide. If you just let me land, I've been quiet the whole time until I heard that word genocide. Even the Jews, that's what made me come up. We can speak and say our opinions, but we can't be using words like that because there's other people who have suffered in the hands of actual genocide just because of their color, their hair. And these are the same whitey people who look exactly like each other, but they're literally unaliving each other over their noses, their eyes, the color of their hair, the material things that they possess themselves. Even the intellect of Jews. Germans were jealous of that. Just the intellect of how Jews could save and procure material gains and financial gains for their own people, you know. And even to say, okay, as a South African, the closest thing, maybe that's probably why Foggy brought up the word genocide. Yeah, perhaps we went through genocide during the apartheid. That's the closest thing as South Africans that we can associate that word with. But nowadays, just to mention that word genocide and saying that Abantu, black people are unaliving each other and it's like genocide, we're not even anywhere near. Yeah, I've landed, sis. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that I don't like the fact that she said Bantu against Bantu. That's not true. That's okay, fine. If you want to say we have a very serious high crime. We have crime, yes. I'm not going to say we don't. Yes, we do. But then when you say it's genocide, that is something very different. That's a heavy statement to make. That is very exaggerated. That's why I said
things that are not.
Exactly.
Because then we're going to have
That's why I said
we're inviting problems and issues. And we're not liars. We're not making statements of things that are not factual or things that are not happening. So guys, please just be careful of the words.
Understand what is genocide. How do you differentiate between crime and genocide? I think we need to really, because I get what you mean. Yes, there is crime. There is black on black crime, and it's very high between us. But we can't.
And to be honest, sorry, Francis. No. To be honest, like the idealization of Boko Haram, just to make an example of something that hits probably closer to home. That's what Boko Haram wants, you know.
That is genocide.
Yeah, they will commit genocide because they want their way of life to be for everyone. That's what you call a
that
group
is
that will
genocide.
commit genocide.
Thank you,
You know,
Daisy.
and our normal people, we're not committing genocide because we love one another. People are robbing and stabbing each other from poverty
That is
because they have
crime.
nothing. Yes, and that's just normal crime. You can't be saying now all of a sudden that's genocide because that's a hectic, heavy word.
That's a very
let's
heavy
just be-
word.
Yeah, let's be careful, guys, of what we say and the statements that we make because that's the kind of thing that will land us in trouble. Please,
Yeah.
please, guys.
Froggy, I think you should understand the meaning of genocide. Don't use the delusional white South African or Mzungu South African person who lives in a box who doesn't associate with reality as your reference of genocide, because that's what they refer to genocide when things are not going their way, and those people are delusional. So I think your reference of genocide is from the Mzungu, or the person who lives in the farm, who every time when something happens to a farm person, which happens to an everyday South African, they think it's that weird. And even that Elon Musk guy came out to say things like that because they do not live in reality, those people. They live in their own world. So do not associate genocide with crime. I don't think they are the same things, and they are not related. So don't refer to genocide as from the same point as the Mzungu, because that is not genocide. Those ones are just delusional.
Froggy, do you want to say anything else, my sister? I think Talent is sleeping, guys. She's been very quiet.
No, I'm just the only thing is what I just said in the comments, that for me, and I'll say it here, I've never heard anyone in any of the lives mention the unaliving rate in our country and then say or relate it to it. I don't know if we're allowed to say the word genocide since we say powder and whatnot, but then I'll say it to genocide. I haven't heard anyone. I mean, that's always been my thought since I was young, forever. Actually, not since I was young. Since I heard the YT man complain and say, yeah, YT people are going through a genocide in South Africa. I thought,
say why specifically.
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish. You guys said my thoughts are nonsense. Please let me finish then. The Mzungu said the Mzungu is going through genocide in South Africa. It's not that I'm supporting what Mzungu is saying. As I said in the comments, it made me realize Guti Bazungu or Abelung bona bane racism and bane apartheid to this day, and they're pretending to be our friends when they are not our friends, because when they label the high unaliving rate and the high crime rate, and they only see themselves affected by it regardless of who's committing it, because we know the statistics show the people committing all this crime, let's be honest, nithi abantu, number one. Number two, ama illegals, abo my friend labaphuma ngaphandle nabo siyabafaka. And number three, nabo belungu netinjange bayisho, nabo they are also responsible for this high unaliving rate in our country. So now I'm just talking based solely on that. I'm not saying only Bantu, only Nigerians, only Belung, Nishonje, just general the unaliving rate. When Mzungu says they are the only ones affected, that's what makes me sick, because I'm saying that since you guys want to call what is going on a genocide, why is abanga nina notwana as if tina bantu we are not affected? And I'll even take it further and say that rate it's high as it is number 1 emhlabeni because of bona belungu. Nibo laba cause all this nonsense, but they have the audacity to go on stage baye ku X batshela Elon bathi hey siyafa, whereas sonke siyafa la South Africa. So when I heard Mzungu saying it's a genocide in South Africa, I'm like, but you guys are showing that you're racist. Because you're calling it that, fine, call it that, but why do you only think it's only affecting Nina Belung? What about us abantu abamnyama? And further, and again, as I've said, why don't you take it a step further and say, what is the source of this nonsense? Because nibo bantu be apartheid labaqalele ndaba le. So already just deal nema powder Nigerian, deal nebo bangani bethu ma Zimbabwe, ma illegal foreigners, ma crime unaliving. Who is the source? Nibo, is them. So my point is that abazungu, they can go and tell Elon Musk, they can go tell hey, we are finishing, we are all being finished.
Can I ask you a question?
And if you guys wanna, I'm just exaggerating, somebody said I'm exaggerating, fine, I'm exaggerating, but the unaliving rate in our country is ridiculous. It is equivalent to that. It is equivalent to that for me. Yes.
Froggy, can I ask you a question? Do you believe all of whatever is happening to us, the black people, it's being done by the Mzungus? All of it? Like
it's not caused
the powder Nigerian.
It's mostly caused by them, because already when we were in 94, we did the negotiations, and then she just asked me a question.
Are you South African?
110% South African. I love my country.
She's South African.
South African. Hey, I will for my country. I will die for my country. I love my. I'm not saying that abelungu, but favor 100%. But I will say that our current issues nibo labelungu. That's why nabo Nigeria mabafika la sebalwa nathi bathi hey, you guys in favor belungu, nthanda belungu, and that time nibo labazele belungu. But anyway, bathi hey, nthanda belungu, asithandi belungu. And for me, they are the cause of this, and we will fix it later. But for now, and it's a complex issue for me.
For me, I feel like you're confusing me. I don't know, because you're saying not
person. That's the problem. I look at it from all angles.
I look at everything at all angles. I'm very open-minded. I'm very open-minded. But then you kind of confuse me when you say not all, but you also are like not all. Okay, which ones, which issues can we link them to Abelungu?
Wait, hold quickly, just quickly hold. Shall we just getting talent to share, because I'm sure she's sleeping.
The global immigration crisis, it's a global issue. It's not just a South African issue.
Okay,
it's not a South African issue. I'll land and then somebody will go next. The immigration crisis is a global issue, and at the core of the immigration crisis is abelungu. Angithi ngibo labagibela ama fence bangena emakhaya abantu. Ngibo labagibela amaboda.
Why are you saying that the Nigerians and Zimbabweans must leave? And then you leave the Muzungus?
Because it's a complex matter. When you do a war, you must be strategic. We must be strategic. We'll deal with them later. When they're too big for us. I'm not I'm not saying Smaktetenyalo, but it's a complex issue.
We're not saying anyone must leave. We're only saying undocumented must leave. We don't care.
Yes, undocumented, yes, 100%. That's what I mean.
Hold on.
Yes, undocumented must leave.
So include the Muzungus there. Include the Muzungus. Don't leave the Muzungus.
There are very few Marabona.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. If you're undocumented, go.
Even if it's one,
yes,
we don't care.
And in fact, that thing that there are very few, you are lying.
You Hashim. Yeah, you don't know.
Whether you are black or white or whatever the nationality, Nethi nje sesiyageneralize sithi hey Nigeria wahambe because they make up the most of the problem. Mara vele I agree whether you are white or black. If unganamaphepha kahle hamba, you must go. That one I agree.
Mina ahle ayithi untso utlwa maka nna wa tsa nna ke lahlile.
Na kumclaim
Yeah, Froggy, your problem is you are not choosing a side. You know, most of us here in this panel, we have chosen the side. So that's why we are failing to connect with you, because you come out, you just
Which side,
you're on the left,
okay, make me pick
right.
a side, I'll tell you which side.
Abahambe, we don't want them. We don't care about seeing things from a different perspective. We at this stage we don't care about perspective. We experience things on the ground physically and practically. And due to that we say abahambe, and we stay in that position. We are not going to be swayed by anything. There's no wind or any drift that's going to change our minds or redirect us to another direction.
And you know what,
Yeah,
Froggy?
Please share the video, like, comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, do well to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, see you guys. Stay safe. Peace out.